information. But at this point, we're 3 weeks ahead of what's in there. Here's one key thing. I'm not going to tell you the state or much details about this, but I can tell you a Microsoft certified security guy has given us the photographs and the hard documentary evidence of a Dominion vote counting machine, tabulation machine in a swing state that has a, I mean, we have the photographs, everything, has a wireless card inside it, and the forensics show that it connected to a wireless network in the thermostat. In the thermostat of the room, there was a wireless network that connected into this machine, and when we trace back the IP, where it was, from which it was accessed on election night and during the vote tabulation over the next 24 hours, there was access through a thermostat wireless into the wireless card on the vote counting machine, and the IPs reveal, when you track them back and strip away the noise, it was somebody in a city in China, and the city, in fact, the actual address of that IP is connected to a company, is the address of a corporation in China whose name has already come up in relation to some dirty dealings with some politicians of that state in America. So now, and this is by no means, we already have had, I should bring it, it's in the next room, I got a binder this thick of, I'm sorry, Sydney? Anyway, I was going to have this binder brought in. I've got a binder this thick of hard documentary evidence of foreign access and involvement on this equipment. As a matter of fact, people are forgetting this. On November 3rd and on October 30th, the FBI, and I think it was CISA, DHS, put out a statement saying that Iran is illegally has interjected itself into our election equipment. They were saying that 3 days before the election, and on the day of the election, they put out special warnings that Iran was electronically coming in and interfering in our election. Everyone seems to forget that. You know, the proof, right. What's the proof? One aspect of the proof is the FBI itself published this on November 3rd, that it was happening that day, or else one of them published it. So there is no question, but we have so many examples of this. Here's the binder we have. Oh, thank you so much. Here's a binder we have. Well, this is here's the Iranian Advanced Persistent Threat. You should have your viewers Google this. Iranian Advanced Persistent Threat Actor identified. This is coming from the CISA group and the DHS, and it is dated October 30th. And there's more from the FBI on November 3rd itself. If I may be screwing up a date, or maybe the FBI was a couple days before. But the point is, this whole binder is filled with both public documentation as well as private affidavits that document this up the wazoo. This entire binder only concerns foreign involvement in our computers, in our voting systems during this election. This entire binder, and some of them are affidavits and some of them are government statements that were coming out on the day of the election that this is in fact happening. So there is no question when the mainstream media says, "Where's the evidence?" Tell them to go argue with the FBI. Tell them to go argue with the CISA, because they're the ones who were saying it. But I'm telling you, we have this example I just gave you. I'm not telling you the state or any more details. We have the hard soup to nut documented photographs and IPs and everything. There was access from a Chinese company in, well, I won't tell you the city in China, from a company whose name is already at the periphery of some of this mischief, that they were accessing through the internet, through a hidden port and a thermostat in the room, getting on the Dominion machine and that was being used for vote counting in the middle of the vote counting in a swing state. So there's no question at this point. Anyone who's, it's silly. That set of pictures and IPs itself documents everything we need to document. We don't need 1,000 pages, but we have 1,000 pages. And this is all being turned into